So what is classified information? And better yet, will holding back information actually deteriorate and destroy the morale and the overall camaraderie within your community? Hello, my name is Arthur and I'm the founder and primary instructor for Tackleberry Solutions. We teach wartime tactics for everyday citizens for civil defense purposes. Today we're going to be talking about classified information, what is considered classified and unclassified information. Alright, so let me explain to you like this. The last units that I was assigned to when I was in the military, we dealt with classified information all the time. Just because I belong to a team, a group, a platoon even, didn't mean that we all went on the same mission, and it didn't mean that we shared that information. So we might be sitting around joking, smoking, carrying on, and talking about, yeah, that freaking last time I didn't think I was going to get the hell out. We really thought we were going to get captured. Like, I was doing all kinds of freaking evasions down there in the damn brush, with freaking throwing pepper on the ground, doing this, doing that, trying to evade those dogs, doing freaking, the rabbit rounds and all that stuff. We can talk about crap like that, but we never talked about who it was we were, conducting the mission on, who our target was, who our contact was, who our informants on the ground were, or anything of that nature. Now, even these people know when we left and when we got back, and they probably know where we went. They know what area we went, but we don't tell them specifically, I was in this place, at this city, at this time, at this date. That kind of crap doesn't happen. We don't discuss that stuff. So that stuff, even within a direct action unit, was considered classified. And even though these guys are totally got the same security clearance as me, and they're operatives too, I'm not discussing that information because they're not read in on this situation. So it's not there. It's a need to know only. That system will apply heavily to your direct action force guys. Now let's talk about your actual community. So you've got your guards, you've got the guys that do the gardening, and you got the people that do the sewing and this and that, and everybody's got their little roles, the cooks, the armor, the this, the that, and you've got the guys that are your QRF. Everybody that's an adult is pretty much going to be on the board with that guy's the commander for the QRF, that's his freaking second command. These are the two QRF teams, that's who these people are. We know these guys are guard, we know what time their shift changes are, we know all that crap. But does that mean their kids need to know that stuff? No, but if they figure it out, I wouldn't freaking lose my mind about it. Now, as to exactly how much food is in the pantry or in the cellar, yeah, that's something that only the community commander and the freaking cooks need to know. Now, why is that information important? They need to have an actual down to the freaking can of how many, how much of everything they have. Why? Because that tells me, the community commander, A, how many days can I make it? How much longer can I make it off of what we have? Do I need to start making preparations? Do I have enough to make it through winter? Secondly, can I help someone else from the outside this community by giving them food? If I do this, will it hurt us in the long run? Do I have enough excess food that I can do that? But more importantly, if your cook comes to you and says, hey, look, yesterday I did the round count and we had 150 quarts of stew. Today, we've got 147. The difference in the numbers, right? 3 cans, not a lot, just enough that you probably won't notice it, but it's still 3 meals. That tells me we got a thief. Within the community, somebody in this community is stealing food. Why are they stealing the food? Where are they keeping it? Things like that. And how are they getting in and out without being seen? These little things, this little tidbit of information stuff you're going to want to know, and you're not going to find out if you capture them. But that tells you, the community commander, I've got a serious problem I need to deal with right now. Same thing with your armor. How much ammunition do I have? Your medics. How much material do we have to work with? What's our readiness status? These kinds of things you as the community commander are going to know, and you're probably your next in command, your XO is going to know that too. But not everybody throughout the community really needs to know that information. You don't need to go there, okay guys, just so you're aware, we only have so much anesthesia left, X number of amounts of units of anesthesia. So if you get wounded, grab a damn stick because you're going to need it. That's not really something you need to broadcast to your community on a day-to-day basis. That's just something you need to kind of internalize and keep up here. So will that affect your overall camaraderie within your community? Absolutely not. It's not going to affect the camaraderie because they even if they're just a guard, they know, hey, this is my role, this is my job, and I'm part of it. Furthermore, if you got a large enough community, there's going to always be a potential for them to go from, hey, I just don't want to be a guard anymore. I'm a young guy. I'm healthy. I want to try out for QRF. I want to learn. All right, fine. We'll do QRF tryouts. We got a couple slots anyways. We're a few guys short. Let's do it. Or maybe we can put you on a reserve detail for now. And when one of these guys goes somewhere, we'll shoot you over. If they get hurt, you're on QRF. You know, whatever. That's up to you. But giving them the opportunity to advance still is going to help them with the not always being in the know. But let's talk about your direct action force, your covert operatives. Guys, this is where you've got to pay attention. If you ignored everything before me, that's fine. Pay attention here. Your covert operatives, your direct action force guys are probably not even going to live. It's actually better if they don't live with your community. They need to be independent outside the community. They can come to your community, they can gather information, or deliver information rather, gather food and leave. But they do not need to really be that associated with your community. There's a reason for this. If they are compromised in any way, shape, or form, you, your neighboring communities, your ally communities that these guys go to and train with and have formed those alliances, these are the guys that went there and put eye to eye and said, hey, we're from X number community and we want to be your friends. That's who's doing that for you. These are the guys that have all the informants. They're giving them all this information. They know where all the enemy's caches are. They've got caches of their own. They know where your caches are. They're the ones that put them in place. They're the ones that helped you design and build your systems. They're the guys constantly feeding you raw intelligence and doing daily reconnaissance around your area. These are the guys that are literally guarding you from abroad. If they get captured, not just your community goes down, but all your ally communities go down, all of your informants, all these guys, the whole damn structure, the whole network comes crashing down because of one of them being caught. Now right now some of you are scratching your head and going, well, how the hell is that going to be feasible if people within my community know who they are? Have you ever heard of the honey trot or the honey pot? There's another word for it. I'm not allowed to, my wife's not going to allow me to say that, but basically as simple as this. Guy meets girl, one of the two are bad, and they're using that old, attachment, that lusting attachment there, a physical connection to suck information from them. When really, one of the others is actually the bad guy. Now imagine that for just a second. If you're one of the girls or guys inside your compound has a little thing with somebody else in the outside of your community, outside your compound, and they tell them, oh yeah, well I see these guys come and go all the time. Matter of fact, I want to impress you, so I want to tell you that guy there, he's a covert operative. Me and him are good friends. Yeah, thanks buddy. You just gave that guy up. Whether or not that's true, you just gave that guy up. Because now it's just a matter of time before they figure out where that guy is, figure out where he's living, figure out where his family is, and how fast you think that guy is going to spill the freaking beans when they set him down in a chair and be like, hey, whoop, here in the next room, see that? That's your little child in there. Looks like a 3-year-old, right? See that dude sitting in the corner? That's a violent sexual pedophile, and only we can stop him, and you got 5 seconds. How fast you think that guy's going to be like, I'll tell you everything you need to know, get my youngin' out of that damn room right now. They hadn't even got to touch the dude. There are several different ways to make somebody talk. And if you guys do our SEER program, you'll find out it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to communicate. That's why you go through resistance training. But it's going to happen. So how fast you think that guy is going to spill the beans? This is everything about that community. And these guys are constantly coming and going. You don't think that they're not going to know where your ammo points are, where your medics are, where your headquarters is, where everything, your food and all that stuff is, how many guard rotations, how many guards are there, when the rotation times are, how many QRF elements. Hell, they probably helped train half these guys. And they damn sure did in a neighboring community. And you're telling me they don't know all that stuff? One guy, one bad operative, will screw the whole dang thing up. That's why these guys, there's only a handful of them. That's why they're so crucial. But that's also why everything that they know is classified information. The only people that should know anything about their mission is you, the commander, and them. Now, vicariously, your commo guy's probably going to know a little bit too. But he may not know the exact objective, when you left or when you're due back, but he's going to know when you're on site, when you're on station, when you're actually getting ready to do whatever it is you're going to do, and when the mission's complete. And he's going to know your call signs, their call signs, frequencies, and stuff like that. Just think about this. The guys that are walking out the wire, how much information they can give up. That's why it's vitally important that you can trust them. And it's also why it's vitally important that you protect their identity at all costs. Because one of those guys gets squeezed, the whole network falls. You're just the tip of the iceberg. So, I'm sorry if that's going to ruffle a few feathers because they're not allowed to know who these guys are or where they're staying or anything of that nature. If that's going to offend people within your community, so look, man, I'm sorry, but you don't understand. It's a need to know. You just don't need to know, man, because this could compromise everybody. It could compromise the whole network. Yeah, all this could come crashing to a halt because loose slips sink ships. That's simple. All right, read the article we got on this as well. I think we're going to attach the link to it at the bottom. And you guys, thanks very much for watching. Y'all have a great day.